Number 1, to take a shot to win it all this season with the current team, which is pretty deep as you can see in my previous video on why the Golden State Warriors are the deepest team in the league. And number 2, to make a stacked team of well-developed young players, which include James Wiseman, Eric Paschall, and Kevin Looney, alongside stellar role players in Andrew Wiggins, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Draymond Green, to support Golden State Warriors superstars Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, who is predicted to return next year to compete with top-tier teams like the Lakers, Nets, and Jazz next season. In my recent video about the depth of the current Warriors team, I've outlined some of the moves that Golden State should be doing next. NBA trade rumors have been heating up, and Victor Oladipo has piqued the Warriors' interest. We will discuss the chances of the Warriors landing Oladipo, along with the pros and cons of this move. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Let's keep rolling. Firstly, I would like to talk about negatives and positives which impact this trade's possibility to happen. It's always hard to tell the odds of something happening in the shapeless and changing world of the NBA, but today I would like you to play with real NBA analytics and try to guess what are the chances of a Victor Oladipo to Golden State trade actually happening. But firstly, I will give you a list of factors that can influence this move. Number 1. Victor Oladipo has expressed great interest in playing with the Miami Heat this season, and it's believed that this interest is mutual. Number 2. Oladipo is about to become an unrestricted free agent, and there's no guarantee that Golden State would be able to re-sign Victor after. Number 3. Kelly Oubre Jr., who is predicted to be traded for Oladipo, has been thriving for the last 3 weeks and continues to develop further as he receives more playing time. Number 4. This deal is very dependent on what the Rockets would like to get for Victor Oladipo. As I have mentioned previously, Golden State has a few different strategies to follow this season. Play the waiting game until Klay returns next season, or try to get the chip in these playoffs with the best squad the Warriors can acquire. Depending on who you ask, some would want to stay put and see our current team thrive and develop and wait for Klay to return with possibilities of getting new generational players in the draft, rather than watching the team lose to fully stacked teams like the Nets and Lakers. Number 5. If Golden State decides to go with the rush tactic, then Oladipo is a great short-time fix that will definitely help the Warriors get a better playoff position and a chance to win a title this season. Number 6. The Warriors are about to reach the trade deadline, so this fact may consider this trade as their next big move. So, taking into consideration all these factors, what are the chances for this trade to happen? Only time will tell. Now, let's talk about the possible outcomes of this trade and its possible impact on the Golden State franchise. Honestly, Oladipo does fit into the current Warriors roster in both the short and long term, as he is an elite guard who has a really great set of talents to offer. The 2018 Most Improved Player is still a great asset to any team that needs a decent ball handler with skillful defense, even after his 2019 knee injury. Let's take a look at Victor Oladipo's 2020-2021 season stats so far. At the moment, Victor averages 20 points, 5.2 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 1.5 steals per game, while being ranked 19th at the shooting guard position with a 39.9 field goal percentage, which are pretty good numbers for a two-way guard. Overall, Oladipo would be a playmaking upgrade over Kelly Oubre, and of course, Oladipo is a better points and assists generator with 5 points and 3.1 assists per game ahead of Kelly Oubre Jr. But it's hard to overlook Oubre's advantage in being 3 years younger, which, considering the greatness of the Golden State Warriors development system, is an important factor in this comparison. Of course, there is always a chance for Depot to return to his amazing 2017-2018 season shape when his numbers were significantly more outstanding, but it only adds up to one more reason why a Victor Oladipo to Golden State trade is rather a gamble than a guaranteed fix to help the Warriors win a ring this year. Also, Oladipo will provide elite-level perimeter and inside defense, providing the Warriors with extra charges in the paint, which are one of the most underestimated parts of basketball. Victor has been leading the Pacers in charges made, drawing 8 in just 13 games last season, which is 2 times more than anyone on Indiana's squad. If this deal works out, Depot would be one of the best sixth men in the league. A great additional shot creator and ball handler is what will help Golden State to thrive, but there are a couple of concerns heading into this trade. Many fans think that Oladipo's athleticism started to deteriorate after his horrendous knee injury, which was one of the main skills that made Victor stand out from other guards, and this decrease results in an overall drop in stats. Considering the previous factor, it would be a questionable decision from Golden State to make this trade if the Rockets would like to get Oubre or Wiggins for Depot, as Oubre arguably provides more flexibility to the Warriors team, and Wiggins has established himself as a great number 3 option for the current Warriors team. At the start of this season, there was a lot of controversy due to Victor Oladipo's changed attitude. The following quote from the Athletic.com article on Depot just proves that. And then things got weird. Oladipo got weird. He got arrogant. He became a superstar in his own mind. Is he surrounded by the wrong people? Talk to NBA types, they'll tell you he's getting very bad advice from a young agent who counts Oladipo as his only prominent basketball client. But Victor, who is 28, is his own man. A sharp and intelligent soul, and this is ultimately on him. Oladipo and his people want you to believe now that he's all in on making it work long-term with the Pacers. Show teammates, who are said to have become fed up with his antics. Show management, which has bent over backwards to accommodate Oladipo, only to watch him treat them like dirt. Show the city, which embraced him with such vigor and now wonders how it's supposed to feel about the once prodigal son. Change in someone's demeanor is a pretty subjective thing, but in the sports world, if claims are supported by respectable sources, there is a great chance of it being truthful. Anyway, those changes may result in a tough position for Golden State's management when Victor's contract ends, and he will demand to sign a max deal with the Warriors, which is obviously not something that Golden State should or can deliver at the moment. Once again, Oladipo is considered to be injury-prone, and this is, of course, a red flag for Golden State's future if they want to get a former All-Star as their latest asset. Many would agree that the Warriors should consider making this move only if the Rockets' offer wouldn't involve Oubre or Wiggins, which is pretty improbable. Either way, Victor Oladipo is still a former All-Star who would add some experience to Golden State if the Warriors make the postseason. It's high time for the Golden State Warriors to determine their strategy for the foreseeable future. Whatever the Warriors decide during this season's trade deadline will definitely have a great impact on the Warriors' further legacy. What are your thoughts? Do you think it is a great idea for Golden State to pursue Victor Oladipo? If yes, tell us where you see the Golden State squad with Depot. Do you think they will be able to compete with giants like the Nets and Lakers this season?